We are at Strahov in Prague on the western side of the Petrin Hill. We are standing in the oldest Premonstratensian monastery in the Czech lands. Right here in the Middle Ages, a unique library was established and today is one of the most beautiful and best preserved in the whole world.
Strahov Library owns about 300,000 books, which means that's one of the biggest historical private libraries in Europe. Nowadays the division is that in the Theological Hall they have about 25,000 theological books. In the connecting corridor they have medicine and law. And in this philosophical room there are about 50,000 books, and there are different fields, logically everything what's not theology, law and medicine, so geographical atlases, botanical atlases, philosophy, poetry, literature, dictionaries, encyclopedias, history, art. So it's an enormous source of knowledge. I would mention definitely Strahov Evangeliary, which is from 860, and it was a gift of German Archbishop when the monastery was founded in 1143. Then, for example, one of the first astronomical atlases, Al-Sufi, 14th century, north of Italy. And then one of the first Czech prints, 1506 from Plzeň, Mikuláš Bakalář, and it's one of the first news about discovering America.
The Philosophical Hall is one of the biggest libraries in Europe. It is 35 meters by 14, and with its 14 meters, it is the highest in Europe. The last shelves are at a height of 12 meters, and the access is through hidden staircases into corners of the hall.
Ceiling painting in this hall was painted by Austrian painter Anton Malberč in 1794, and it's the biggest continuous ceiling painting in Europe. And he managed to paint it only in 6 months with one student, and he was 73 years old when he was working on it.
The second hall, the Theological Hall, is one of the oldest European libraries, created between 1672 and 1679. The ceiling is one of the best preserved Baroque ceilings in Europe.
All the stuccos, it's a work of great Italian architect John Domenico Orsi. And all the frescoes were painted a little bit later, in the first half of 18th century. And the painter was member of the order, Czech painter Siard Nosecký. The Compilation Wheel we have here, it's a really unique piece of furniture created in 1679. It was used for writing the first catalogue, and then later, as in Latin, compilare, comparing, so could be used for studying and reading without having mess on the table, because you could put books on all the shelves and turn it how you need it.
In the Strahov Library we can admire not only rare volumes, manuscripts and early printed books, but also historic globes and a cabinet of curiosities from the late 18th century. These collections are the forerunners of the natural history museums that we know today.
Cabinet of Curiosities here in Strahov Library, it's unique itself because it's the only complete cabinet of curiosities from 18th century. And I would mention definitely Xylotéka, Xylotéka, which is from Greek word xylos, meaning wood. And all the things inside, they look like books, but they are actually boxes, and each box is describing one tree known in Europe, and there are 68 different trees. And from other things we have here, we call him our dragon from New Zealand, but it was sold to the noble family. They owned the cabinet as dodo bird. Now we know it's a combination of duck and stingray.
Visitors can see both libraries from the corridor, where they can admire the second biggest collection of minerals in the Czech Republic or a great collection of glows. In the gallery it is possible to see, for example, the Strahov Madonna from the 14th century and Roman cellars with a great exhibition about Saint Norbert, the founder of the order.